Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Howdy doody chat. Yo, hello, hello. What's up, bub? What's up, Boston? Howdy doody doodies. What's going on, chat? What is Trump RX? What's up, Dean? Guys, we are doing debates. We're doing debates with Trump supporters. If you want to debate, hop in the box. Come tell me why you like Trump. Is my mic a little low? Yes, Coconut. What's up, killer? The request button is right here. Say 400% prescription. What's up, Beth? Chat, tap the screen. Let's get to like 10K really quick. Yellow?
Hi, Pickles. How are you?
Doing good. How are you, bub?
I'm doing very well.
We've spoke before?
Maybe once before.
Maybe. What do you like about Trump?
What I like about Trump for this term is the crackdown that he did on the border is something that I like to see, and then the components of the one big beautiful bill that he was promoting.
What components?
Real quick, is my Wi-Fi glitching out?
No.
Okay, just making sure I'm clear. Yeah, the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, the standard deduction rising, as well as some of the stuff that they were able to make permanent in there, I think is beneficial. It puts more real money back into your pocket.
What do you think about the tariffs offsetting those?
So that's a good question. Inflation was rising higher than what the tariffs are doing the damage now over the 4 years of the Biden administration. So prices have leveled out, Pickles, and
Because
what?
of COVID. Because Biden's
Oh
taking a leap of
well,
faith with controlling the world's economy with tariffs.
so you can blame COVID. That's fine. But
Yeah.
the stats is that prices went up higher. Okay, but then what did Biden do to give us back anything during COVID? Nothing.
What do you
So
mean?
right
What do you
right
mean? What did he do?
now, right now,
He gave
right now,
stimulus
just real
checks.
quick,
He gives
real
all
quick.
sorts of stuff.
What did he give?
He gave out stimulus checks. Did an American Rescue Plan. Did all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, not it wasn't enough to offset the inflation of COVID at
What were you
all.
supposed to do? Like spend a ton of money, make you rich during COVID?
No, do the tax cuts that President Trump did.
They were already
Maybe do
there.
no tax on tips. Maybe do what the Democrats have been promising for a long time,
Like
expanding
what?
the child tax credit and now
We
adjusting it with
did.
inflation, making that
We did.
permanent. It's higher now.
We
It's higher
no.
now thanks
We
to
did it.
President
We
Trump,
did it.
Pickles.
We did 60. We did a $6,000
And by the way,
child
yours
tax
was
credit for
actually
COVID.
sliding scale backwards. Trump was able to fix the child tax credit. Yes or no, Pickles?
No,
It now adjusted with inflation. You know what? We'll never
no.
have to visit that again.
That's not true.
Yeah, he did. No, he did. When will we have to visit it? It's
He
permanent.
adjusted it for inflation.
He adjusted it to rise with inflation. You should know that.
Okay, still, it's only 2,000. It was 6,000 when Kamala did it.
No, it wasn't.
That was.
It was the standard of 1,000. No, what? Can you pull that up?
Yes.
Nope.
She did it for a year for 6,000.
Oh,
Yes.
now it's adjusted permanently for 1 year.
Yeah, and
Congratulations.
she wanted to do
Now
it
this
forever. After we saw that it reduced child poverty by like 40%, we wanted to
couldn't
do
get
it
it done though.
forever.
But
What do you mean couldn't get done? We had a Republican House and Senate after that.
name the bill that was ran.
It was either American
It
Rescue Plan
wasn't.
or the tax what's it called?
You did six
Inflation
thousand
reduction.
dollars pickles. I'm very familiar with your $6,000 that you're trying to refer to.
Yeah,
Went down.
that's
That
one
was
of
a
those too.
temporary fix. Excuse me. That was a temporary fix. What President Trump was able to do
He did
was
too.
expand it. Which, by the way, pickles.
It
Let
was
me ask you this:
2,000.
It raised to yes, but where was it during Biden's last term or
It was
last year?
not, dude,
Where,
because we
oh,
tried to
so it
change
did
it.
raise. So it raised.
Yes,
He
and
raised, and
we
then guess
tried
what?
to. Yes, we
Can
tried
you
to.
admit that this is a good thing, Pickles? I mean, you hate
It's
Trump
not as good.
so much.
It's not as
You
good as
dislike him
Kamala.
so much because you can't give him
That's
one win on the fact that he
that's
expanded the child tax credit to $2,000 and now adjusted
it's
with inflation.
it's
It's a
fine.
good thing,
It's
Pickles. It's a good
fine.
thing.
But Trump
It's a good
doing
thing.
his tariffs offsets this entirely.
Nope, we'll get to the tariffs. But can you admit that this is a good thing? Just yes. Can we get
Okay.
past the child tax credit? And now that it adjusts
That
with
is
inflation, that
one.
he was
That is
able to do that.
on a scale of 1 to 10. That's like a 3. It's good. Sure.
The expanding the child tax credit is a 3, making it
Yes.
permanent with inflation.
Yes. Yes, the way he did it. Yes.
Jesus, Pickle. You hate this guy so much. You can't give him a damn win. And you know what? I'll give Biden a win. I think it was good that for the 1 year that he was able to expand it to the 6,000.
Yes.
That was good. I think that was a 10, Pickles. I think that was a 10 because you know what? It put real money back into people's pocket.
Yes.
And as you should think, and as Biden's last year was 1,000. Now under President Trump, it's 2,000 and adjusted for inflation. Now permanent.
Be 6.
You think it should be good?
If Kamala was in office, it's gonna be 6.
You know what's wild though? But Biden didn't have it 6 on his final year, did he? Now, no, he had it 1,000.
How would he have done that?
He had it. Well,
it's not magic.
how did he get to 6? How did he get 6, Pickles?
Through that
Pickles.
bill, dude, you wanted us to spend even more money?
What's that?
You wanted us to spend money like Trump does?
No, I want to put real money back in the American people's pockets. That's what I want to do.
Those are tied together.
Not all the time though, Pickles. We can also you know what's funny? We can also spend less in other categories, right? Like taking a lot of the things that we did with USAID, cutting down a lot that we could do. Yeah, no.
$9 billion. Thank God those 3 million people are gonna die. Jesus Christ.
Well, which U.S. citizens are going to die because of that?
You only care about U.S. people?
When it comes to our money, we have a lot of people here, Pickles, do we not?
Yeah.
Let the UN take care of it. Let the UN go take care of it, right?
We are
No, they don't. They don't step up. No,
We
they
are
don't
the
step
UN.
up, though. It's another problem.
Dog, we are pushing for soft.
Exactly. We are the UN. We give a lot of money to the UN. Why are we doing USAID as well?
Because it's
Go ahead.
beneficial. Because it's beneficial to the U.S. taxpayer. The U.S. taxpayer now.
Condoms in Cambodia,
Yes.
Pickles?
Yes.
That's beneficial
Yes.
to the U.S. taxpayer.
Yes. Yes.
Explain
When we do
how.
Soft power, because when we pick up our shit and move, China swoops in, and now they are the biggest influence in Africa. Now they hate us. Now Russia's in there swooping in Africa.
I am glad.
They love them. They love
You
Russia.
know what? If China's swooping in because we stop providing condoms, then you know what? China can have it. If condoms, what was stopping
Really?
China?
We're saving
Yeah.
lives?
You know,
Saving
why
lives?
do you care about condom?
Why do I care
Saving
about
lives, though.
lives?
But what?
Why do I care about black people?
You don't care about the lives here in the United States.
Yes,
Why
I
do?
We
Why
can
do we need to
both.
spend our money?
You guys yanked
What?
away 12
No,
million
we
people
can't.
off of healthcare too.
No, we can't because you know why? We need to do things like expanding the child tax credit here in the United States to make sure that
Those are
kids can go and
mutually
eat.
Exclusive. Let me talk for a second, all right?
Yes,
You
it does.
guys-
We just said about spending money. You just
No,
cared about money
yeah,
2 seconds
I know.
ago.
We have a budget, and you guys explode the deficit and the debt every time, and you take away people's benefits and healthcare in the process, and then you scream America first.
Well, America First is talking about other people's money and the
Yeah.
USID aspect of
When
it.
do you guys
You can
start
talk about the
giving people
healthcare cut.
back? Besides child healthcare, where do you guys actually give back besides just taking away?
Sure,
guys take away
overtime. No overtax on overtime benefits the average
And then tariffs are
overtime
gonna
worker by
for three-
$6,000.
for 3 years, and then you have to pay tariffs.
You'll extend it. The whole reason why you don't. I hate when Democrats Pickles goes with this. Oh well, for 3 years. Well, why are we having the
You
whole
just did that
ACA
to me.
battle? Pickles, excuse
You
me.
just did
Why
that
are we
to
having
me.
the whole? Why are we having the entire ACA battle right now? Is because the Democrats failed to make that permanent and they made it for 10.
Oh my God, we can't spend more than 10. Oh, dude, I get it. When we are working our way in to things like the ACA, we have to fund them gradually before taking a leap of faith like Trump and dumping the whole future of America's economy into it.
Hold on, I'm looking one thing up for you to get your little tariff thing here. Okay. On average, how much do you think the tariff is costing the average American family throughout the year?
$2,500 to $3,000.
There are statistics here that have it at 1,500. There are statistics here that have it at 1,200. This is the different economic report. AAF has it at 1,500 for that one. So there's no clear specific data. But you know what? Do you want to range this for you and I both? We can range this from 1,000 to 3,000.
Sure.
Sure. Right
And
now,
the
go
thing
ahead.
is, right now, we can't really tell what it's going to cost us permanently. Like inflation lags years behind. So
Yeah,
when
but
you came in,
we can't
hold on,
discuss that.
when you came in and you're like, oh, Biden did all this inflation. What caused that inflation? What did that? You don't want to address that. You just want to attach his name to it. But the things that
Well,
you're going to
Pickles,
say,
it is
the
interesting.
things you say are
The
going to
the
cause
inflation rate
inflation.
has come down. The inflation
Excuse
rate
me.
has come down.
I know you just want to allude to that. You don't want to know anything about it, right?
No. Real quick, did the inflation rate come down right now under President Trump?
No, it's up 4.4.
No. The inflation
It's up.
rate of inflation. No, it
The
resets. No,
rate
it's not.
of inflation is 4.4. When Biden left off, it was like 3.
No. Inflation, the increase of inflation,
Month to
because it's
month,
compounding. Inflation
month to
compounds.
month. Yeah, it's 4.4.
No, it's down right now under the last term of Joe Biden.
You're talking about yearly?
Yes. Why
You
would you
just
care
want to
exactly
allude
monthly? Well,
because I want to
I
know
care about the last year of Biden.
because I want to
I
know
care about the
what
last
Trump
year.
did.
No. Last year, because talk about a yearly. Trump's been in office for 1 year.
Yeah,
Biden was the president for all the last year. You see, this is where you pivot. You go, oh, well, it's actually up from when in Trump's own term. I'm talking
Yes.
about
Yes.
President Biden. Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
No,
So
okay.
during
You want to
during President
pretend you want
Biden,
to pretend like a brand new tax in front of the goods we purchase doesn't raise prices immediately. It takes years.
no, what I'm telling you is inflation is down right now under President Trump.
Under what metric?
Per when for when little Joe Biden was in there.
You're not being specific. What's this month's inflation?
Final year of Biden.
It's so bad.
First
Trump
year
doesn't
of
even
Trump.
want to relate. He
You
doesn't
don't
even
want to
want
answer.
release
You know, dude, this
no
is the
one
thing. You
can
pivot
answer it.
around. You can just say yes. You can just say, yeah,
It's
it is
not
down.
down. What do
You
you
can
mean?
just admit it.
We
You can say
to
it.
what metric?
The last year, the entirety of the year of the rise, and then this year of Trump. It's pretty simple. A year. I'm looking at 23. Keep
It's
Googling faster. Google faster. Come
dog.
on.
You're trying to just say that over the year that Trump was able to average out Joe Biden's low inflation with Trump's high inflation, it just so happened
Hold on one second, Pickles.
to
Hold on.
even out nicely for him. It's so bad. Trump doesn't even want to release his numbers. He actually isn't really releasing. He is releasing. And I was thinking about unemployment 4.4, not inflation. It's 3.1.
Hold on, Pickles. I'm going to have to come back.
All right, bub.
I'll talk to you in a bit.
All right. Oh, what's going on, chat? Tap the screen if you want to debate. Hop in the box, guys. I'm still waking up. I'm sorry, I had inflation and unemployment mixed up there. Still, unemployment's up. That's part of economy. Whew. How's everybody doing, chat? How are we doing? I missed y'all the last 2 days. Depressed? Oof. Samesies. It was at 7.9 when Biden took office because of Trump. Inflation? I don't even know if it was that high when Biden took office. It was like 6 or something, wasn't it? It was. It's not giving me. It's 3. Uh,
What's up?
all right, bud. What you got?
Yo, can you hear me? Yo.
Yeah, what you sound really far away.
Yes, there's Venezuela's right to agree between, that I think, it's suppressing American interests.
Dude, bro's in the shower. Oh fuck. Fuck. Weapons of mass destruction, eh, chat? Hmm. Donald Trump recently signed an executive order classifying the F drug and its core precursor chemicals as weapons of mass destruction. How do we feel about this, guys? The primary reason for this is to escalate the fight against drug trafficking, empowering the military and intelligence agencies, and to serve as a rhetorical tool to highlight the severity of the opioid crisis. The classification empowers the Pentagon to assist law enforcement and allows intelligence agencies to use tools normally reserved for countering weapons proliferation against drug traffickers.
I'll come to shower. I'll jump later.
Dog. Hello.
Hey, Parker.
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Hell no, I hate Trump.
Just call me Parker. Get your TDS check. Guys, the people with TDS are the Trump supporters wearing fucking patches on their ears, have tattoos of Trump on their fucking chest and on their face. They have all of his merch, including his perfume made in China. They have his gold $2 bills, his coins. They have it all. Trump literally makes policy decisions. He decided whether or not he wanted to pardon Diddy based on whether Diddy liked him. That's how obsessed with himself he is. I don't know. I think we should allow everybody to break laws if they like President Trump. He says he likes Trump. Is the military actually getting a check? Guys, I so badly wanted that last guest to tell me how Biden's his checks caused inflation, considering Trump's about to do the same thing for our military. And then another one for our tariffs for civilians, I guess. Didn't that cause 9% inflation, according to MAGA? He's doing good for the country. He's doing good. How? Creating a toxic culture of fuck your feelings and anti intellectualism. Everything's down 600%. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to tell me why you like Trump, hop in the box. Come tell me what's he doing so good. You're hating what's good. I love watching families being torn apart by secret police. I love spending $140 billion on that, and I love sending money to Argentina, and I love Trump making $4 billion or more dollars while in office using a crypto coin. I love that. I love him getting $400 million jets. I love ripping 12,000 people off of healthcare. I love paying tariffs. I love when the government hides unemployment numbers from me. I love that, guys. Stop questioning the government. They demand unconditional loyalty. $2 billion. The phase Trump spent $2 billion refers to several different financial situations in 2025. A large UAE crypto chip deal involving Trump's family associates. A legal battle over releasing $2 billion in frozen aid funds the administration was fighting, or a potential $2 billion cost for renaming the Pentagon, and a $2 billion fundraising haul for political committees. So we saved $9 billion in USAID, and we've got $8 billion right here on pet projects for renaming shit. Just naming shit. Just names. The hexagon, it's got the most sides. They'll for sure think Trump is the Antichrist if he does anything with 6. Why didn't Dems raise arm against their party when they found out they have been ripping us off? What were they ripping us off? What were they doing? Were they going golfing and spending $166 million on our own golf clubs with the U.S. taxpayer money? Were we putting our son-in-law or son-in-law's father in positions of ambassadorship for the Middle East so that they can get a few $billion? Or what did we do? Did we get $10 million from Egypt and inject it into our campaigns? That was Trump. Just kidding. That's Trump. Did you know that Don Jr. is on the board of a new popular, pretty much betting app? They're not calling it a betting app. It's called a prediction app, and it's somehow legal. It's called Cashy. Don Jr. is on the board of it. He's also on the board of Polymarket. And it just so happens that when Trump won office, the United States dropped all sorts of pending legislation that was going to go after these companies. And he's also gotten really rich. He pardoned Daddy Kushner too, it's true. MAGA doesn't actually know anything about politics. They just know like the headlines and the loud shit Trump says all the time. That's all that's all there is enough to read. It's all enough time like to digest all the shit Trump says in a day and does in a day and read what actually happened is a lot of homework. what happened during Trump's speech tonight was in the hospital. Oh, we could rewatch it because I only caught the last half of it. Did anybody else miss it? It was like 30 minutes. She is allowing Eastern countries to wage bets. Trump 1776 for active military. God bless this man. And then he's going to put him in a war. God bless this man. He gave him money, but he's going to put him in harm's way for his personal wars. 20 minutes of gaslighting, bashing Biden. Yeah. These people forget, like, that guy really, that last guest really didn't want to know how Biden made the economy so bad, because acknowledging that would acknowledging Trump doing the same things that would somehow do the same thing, but it's not. How many times have you voted? Are you, what, 19? You are too kind. I love you. Ari got told she was 19. I love that. I love that. Because I'm 37. 200 pounds. 6'4". Just a beautiful specimen. Apparently I look 17, 18. 37 gang, let's go. Carolyn Levitz does look like she's like 43. She does. Did I see Vanity Fair? No. Hello?
Heil Hitler.
Is there anything else you like about Trump?
I don't.
Okay, what's all that about?
I'm a creeper.
Dude, I just saw Nick Fuentes on Piers Morgan.
Nick Fuentes.
He's not smart.
Yes.
He's not smart at all. In fact, he backed away. He was too scared to admit that he was a Yahtzee, and he pussied out like 3 times during that whole interview. Did you see that?
You're tripping, right?
He did. He was too pussy to admit that he was a white supremacist and a racist. He got mad when someone called him a racist, and then he embraced being a racist. You don't see how he just folds like origami when he's asked questions. He can't really back up his ideas.
Nigger.
How old are you, bud? The guy's dumb. I thought Nick Fuentes was smart for at least like a few months. I watched an interview. I watched the whole Piers Morgan interview with him the other day. He's really dumb. And you actually, I said this the other day, but it's actually true. You can't actually debate a groper. They don't get, they become unserious when they start losing the debate, and then they've won because they're trolls. That's the culture surrounding groypers. They're just trolls. They're just like, nah, 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 boo boo. I'm edgy. Chudmaxer, you're not allowed to come up. If you have a different account, you can try. They claim that's a Trump thing. They claim victory and they've lost. It's a Trump thing. It's a Roy Cohn thing. Trump's mentor since like 1973. His name is Roy Cohn, and that's what Roy Cohn did. He was a fucking menace to society. The federal government tried suing him multiple times. Roy Cohn won almost every time, I believe, doing the things you see Trump doing, saying he's being politically persecuted, screaming in the media, saying outrageous lies, pretty much blackmailing and exploiting people in the legal system to get his way. Yeah, Darvo, exactly. And his team, what's bad is his campaign and his team surrounding him have embraced this. They've seen that these things have worked. They've sat down, they've talked about this, and they go, we need more of this. This is how you do this more effectively. This is the kind of messaging we're going to do before we bomb Somalia. This is the kind of message we're going to do before we politically persecute Letitia James. Chat, I do have a Cash App and Venmo in the bio. If you guys are trying to support me, thank you, Tabby, for the Gamer Cat. If you guys are trying to support me, that's the best way to do it. I'm a cute and sweet little guy. Watch out, that Graper will come after you. They like cute and sweet little guys. I got my alt for you. Still can't bring you up. 0 followers. Bill Clinton should be prosecuted for having Epstein in the White House. You know, Trump's like literally inviting terrorist leaders to the White House. The Taliban, Al Qaeda. Maybe not Al Qaeda, but the Taliban for sure. Is that bad? No shit, it's my alt. Yeah, you'd have no permissions to come up. Do you? Here you go. Hello.
Hey, thanks for having me up, buddy.
What's up? What do you like about Trump?
You know, I like a few things. They're few and far in between, but you know, I like directionally. I like the tariffs. I like immigration restriction. I like deportations. Directionally, he's headed in the right direction, but you
What
know,
is
it's still.
Can you give me like the bad outcomes of all of the immigration that's happened? What's the bad outcomes that warrant all of this stuff?
Well, I mean, we have bad outcomes. It's hard to attribute them to one specific thing. I would say that in general, it places a strain on infrastructure, on systems like healthcare, public school, um,
It's
things
actually
like
the
that.
opposite of that, to be
Really, how
honest.
so?
So immigrants, especially undocumented immigrants, in every instance that they are here with children, putting them through our education system, they're paying 100%, sometimes more, of the average like taxpayer in regards to like property taxes and sales taxes. They pay more, they don't get anything back, and they pay 100% of what the average person pays when their children go to school.
What do you mean they don't get anything back? They're getting free public school.
Okay, but they don't get anything else. They don't get food stamps. They don't get any of that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't say food stamps. I didn't say welfare.
Yeah, I know, but they pay for their way through that stuff, just like you and I, right? Like, do you have kids?
Yeah.
Okay, and you pay property taxes and they go to school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have kids. I pay property taxes. I'm not mad.
I don't see your point.
Yeah, they pay property taxes and their kids go to school, so it's the same thing as you. So where else do they bother you?
Well, no, I'm not. My contention isn't that they don't pay taxes.
Well, when their kids attend your school, they get $8,000. Like if they're in Texas, they get 8 grand. That school gets 8 grand. That school is now more. It's less solvent or less insolvent. When Trump cut the DOE, that put strain on our school. You know that deleted $286 billion from our school system. Far worse than immigrants. Far worse.
When I say strain, I'm talking about like human capital, like X amount of students to X amount of teachers. Like if you have an
Trump
influx,
did
an
that the best.
artificial.
Trump did that the best. He deleted $286 billion. So now there's more kids per classroom. There's less money per school. Immigrants are helping offset that, but Trump is your enemy here, not the immigrants.
No, but what I'm saying is that the sheer volume is the strain. I'm not against immigration in and of itself
You can't substantiate
necessarily.
that. Their volume is 3% of our population.
Of our what?
Our population, they're 3%, and they've steadily been 3% for like 20 years.
Wait, so you believe that immigration has not increased over 20 years?
Not that much now. Oh, over COVID it did, but it's not that much. Their actual percentage of our population, it's the same. If you don't read Trump and Truth Social, you probably have a better idea of what's going on. But if you think
I
there's
don't have Truth
20,
Social.
if you
I'm on
really think
Twitter.
that there's 20 million people that came here per Trump, and you're radicalized like Trump wants you to be, then maybe. But no, there
20? No, 10 million over the last 4 years.
no,
But
no,
no, that's not even a Trump figure. That's from the Biden administration.
no, it's not. You've never looked it up, have you?
That was the number as of 2024, the beginning of 2024, and that was the
No,
official White House
that
estimation.
that is the amount of encounters.
The amount of what? Sorry,
It
I
was
got
like roughly 12
background.
million people were the amount of encounters, people who knocked on our door. There's no way
No,
10 million is very low.
I'm not referring to encounters. I'm referring to the 10 million immigrants
Yeah,
that
there's nowhere
entered the
our government
country.
has said that. I'll show you what our government says. This is from our government. This is from Customs Border Patrol, Department of Homeland Security. This is the amount of migrants we've had over the last few years. It goes up to 2022. It takes 2 years for these to come out. So in 2018, when Trump was in, we had 11.5 million. In 2019, 11.1. 2020, 10.5. 10.9. Where's the extra 10 million?
Where are you seeing this? It stops at 2010.
It stops at 2022.
Hold on, let me move the chat.
Yeah, 2022.
Oh, okay, I see.
So 2022, we had
10
10.9. I'm
million.
assuming 2023, since that was our peak, we might have like 12 million, 13. But Biden was kicking them out faster than they were coming in.
That you're actually correct. He's kicking them out faster than Trump is, in fact.
Yeah, yeah. He just didn't do it by calling them names and putting them in jails and using $140 billion of a secret police.
But that is true. That is true.
Yeah, so like we
I
saved money, and we could have put that money towards like actually helping people.
Yeah, I always tell people like I would have voted for Trump if he was talking about actually deporting people and not just being mean to Somalians or something. Like I didn't, I'm not gonna vote for you just to like talk shit.
So that's the only thing he's doing differently.
Yeah, no, I'm against that. I think that Biden outperformed him on that metric.
So why do you like Trump?
Well, like I said, directionally, I like.
You just like the shit parking, call it? Just ship the
Well,
crappy part?
not necessarily. I guess because that's the thing is I'm not. I've kind of gotten off the Trump train, but I still, I like tariffs and I like anti-immigration policies. I
But you
think that
haven't
Trump
really
hasn't gone far enough.
you haven't substantiated what's the big net positive when we do all this anti-immigration stuff besides getting votes?
Well, it's pretty simple math. It's like basic supply and demand. The less mouths to feed, the cheaper goods will be, the cheaper houses will be.
That's not true.
When there's less demand, it's not true that when there's less demand for houses, that houses are cheaper.
If I were in fourth grade, that makes sense, but like there's more to it. So if you actually look up what economists say will happen after mass deportation, it's unemployment goes up, inflation goes up, housing prices go up. Guess who builds all of our houses? It goes up. They all go up.
Housing prices go up.
Yeah, look at Florida. They did this a long time ago. They made it illegal for undocumented people to work. Now Florida has the highest inflation in the country by far. They've been holding on to it.
Yeah, but you're not taking into account the corrective effects of the depressed demand on housing.
The demand is wait, like 3% of our population, all of which who can't apply for a loan because they have no social security, can't buy houses. Their demand is not anywhere in the market of buying houses. They rent.
3% would be 30 million.
No,
Is that right?
15.
15.
And what percent of them are actually adults working, looking for a home? How many of them live together? So we're
Yeah, I
looking
would
at a
say I
very
would
small
say
portion
the
of people.
I would say more the adult population would be closer to 15 if we're being realistic and not living in
15%
la la
of the
land.
3%?
15 million people.
Because that's the only way it would make sense for your argument, but that's not where we're at. We have 10 million. 10.9 is the last actual tracked number we have. And most of those 60% are people who here over visa overstays. Like they're working. They're just working and they just don't have official contact with the government. They're not here killing people. They're not here breaking the law. If we remove all these people who are purchasing items from stores and paying rent, remove them all from our country, that's less economic activity. It's bad.
Well, countries are more than just economies. We're not just an economic block.
You're going to have to explain to me what outweighs having bad economic policy. What outweighs that?
Well, it's a good question. It's things that are sort of hard to quantify, sort of hard to fit into a study, like social cohesion, like like for myself, for example, I can't talk to half the people in my neighborhood because they don't speak English. You can't put a number on that. You can't quantify that.
You
This
learn
is something.
Spanish?
This is more in the realm of sociology. People like Putnam have written about this,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of these things are divisive, and other people, and
and they're
on
still
the
true, and yet they're true.
they can be true. So like your condition, what you have is a condition where you have an aversion to certain like more things than me. So that is your problem, not mine. Like I can be around these people and listen to them speak
Well,
Spanish,
you don't
and it's
have
fine.
empathy. You can't
I have
empathize.
empathy, and I empathize with those people more than you.
Selective empathy.
Yeah, we all have some selective empathy.
You think that that's healthy for a nation to have more empathy for the outsider than their own countrymen?
I don't think that's the case. Their own
You just
countrymen.
said that.
No,
You literally just told me you have
no,
more empathy for them.
no. You don't represent the ideas of America. Like I think that all of these people that are here contributing to America are a good net positive, and you didn't even know that. You were ready to just like dislike them. You just thought for sure they were hurting our economy, and they don't. So that's on you. And now you have to reach to some cultural thing that you can't like quantify. And
Well, no,
basically,
that
what
was
this
just in
is
response to your
this is an
specific question. I
this
can
is an
tell you.
age-old movement. This is a right-wing age-old movement. No matter where you are in the world or what time in history, this type of talking has worked on people like you, and I'm immune to it.
Mm.
This type of othering people. Look at these people not speaking English. Look at these people eating tacos. Like, I don't give a fuck. Why is it costing $140 billion to help your fifis at the expense of
Yeah,
everybody
I
in the
like.
economy?
Okay, well, first of all, I like tacos. Okay, easy there. But second of all, I don't think you can just flippantly like dismiss these kinds of concerns. I mean, throughout history, wars have been fought over these kinds of distinctions. Right now, and what is the basis for Ukrainian nationalism? Are you pro Ukraine? Are you
Yes.
a Russia shill? Exactly. What is the basis
You know, most
for?
people on your side are Russia shills, right?
Oh yeah, I know. I'm aware. I'm
Because of
actually
Trump,
pro
because of the
Ukraine.
campaign he's ran on it.
Yeah, I think he's likely in bed with Russia. I hate to admit it. Rachel Maddow may have been right
But
on this one.
pulling people that don't speak English out of America is more important than our actual adversaries.
What do you mean more important than our adversaries?
Because you've ignored the fact that Trump's in bed with Russia, but you're happy about the
Yeah, well,
anti-immigration movement.
no, that's I can oppose both. I don't see what you're trying to say.
I'm weighing this out in my head. You're like, I voted for Trump, even though he's in bed with Russia.
No, 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 no. I'm saying I can oppose foreign influence and also be it would actually be consistent to oppose foreign influence and immigration.
You ultimately fell for it.
Yeah, the first two terms, the first two elections I did, I actually didn't vote for him this time, but I did. I was definitely a magatard.
Can't say that.
Magatard? That's not even a real word. Literally not a real word.
Yeah, I know. I can say something that rhymes with the N word too, and you still can't say it, even though it's not a real word.
Wait, yes, you can. You can say
Say
many
something.
words that
Say
rhyme with
something.
that.
Say something.
Trigger.
Okay, and when you use it in a sentence.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay,
All right, I was a MAGA uh chud. I was a MAGA chud.
there you go. All right. Well, I'm gonna get on to the
It
next
was good
guest.
talking to you. It was good talking to you. I'm gonna follow you.
All right. Appreciate it. Take it easy. Yellow.
Yay, what's up?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Not really, but ironically, my area is.
A lot of people in your area.
Yeah,
Are you 18?
yeah, I'm 20.
Okay. So you're not a Trump voter.
No.
All right. I'm only talking to Trump voters, man. Thanks for coming up, though. Yellow. Hello.
You're you're a fucking nigger.
CJ, I've talked to you before. You are an actual MAGA supporter. I know you are.
No.
You are. We've had a whole debate.
Have we now?
Yes. You have a slight speech impediment.
Um, I do. Yes.
Huh. And you
Is
speak
that
fierce.
is that a problem?
No, I'm just proving I know who you are. And you just said the N word.
Yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
Nothing. I'm just pointing out that this is who people are standing next to in a crowd of Trump supporters. This is who
Hmm.
you're standing next to, MAGA.
Hey, just just doing the best for our country, brother.
All right, go enjoy your racism, man. Was his first and last name in his profile name? They're not. They really aren't bringing their best. He's doing the best for America, brother. Tomorrow is J Day, y'all. Y'all ready? No, it's tomorrow. It's the next day. Powell said the last 5 months jobs reports were overestimated by 60K. It means 20K jobs last 5 months. Oof. Wait, today's Friday? Today's Thursday. No. Today's Wednesday. As I sleep for a living. Today's Wednesday. We're coming up on Christmas real soon, y'all. Ugh. Wall Street Journal reports that. Whoa. Wall Street Journals have reported significant downward revisions to the U.S. job growth numbers and a President Trump showing 911 fewer jobs added by March 2025 than initially thought. He had a million jobs roll down. When Biden had a million job revisions, it was $15 million jobs. What was his? What? Is this why he was mad during his speech? Oh, I have to look up the Powell statement. Yeah, Jerome Powell. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, wow, they sat down. He was speaking in all caps. He always is, dude. He always is. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. We're at 30K, y'all. Let's get to 50K. Guys, somebody's been gifting on YouTube, and I'm so sorry I haven't checked. I'm doing that now. To 50K. I'm gonna turn on the phone line. I'm gonna turn on the phone line, y'all. YouTube, you are welcome to call in. I am now receiving phone calls. Someone said treason's greetings. Is that what Trump's White House says? Thankfully, he stopped World War III. He's literally in the middle of starting it, isn't he? Which war did he stop? Russia and Ukraine are still going at it, yeah? Israel and Palestine? He claims to have stopped 8 out of 9 global conflicts. Yeah, I know. Next election, Dimson when the House is all legislation done. It's usually how it happens. The second half of a president's term is usually not very productive because, or one half of the president's term is usually. Yeah, Jonathan. He said he stopped Rwanda and Congo, but he didn't. Yeah, I know. Yellow?
Yes, hello, good evening.
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Am I a what, excuse me?
A Trump supporter?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I'm looking to only debate Trump supporters. All right.
Oh, no, excuse me. I am a Trump supporter. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. What do you like about Trump?
What do I like about Trump?
Yeah.
First and foremost, uh, if you live in El Paso, Texas, literally a few minutes away from the international bridges, uh, you would know what has been happening here
Are
in
you in El
El
Paso?
Paso, Texas.
Are you in El
I'm
Paso?
in El Paso, Texas.
I love that. I love that. All right. Did
So,
you know something about El Paso? You're saying it's
well,
crime.
I know a lot of things. I know a lot of things
I
about
don't
El
think you do.
Paso.
I don't think you do. Did
I,
you
I I
know?
do. Do you know that Veronica Escobar, the congresswoman, defended the Tren de Aragua gang members, even though there was video evidence inside the Gateway Hotel, not from the police, from the hotel itself, of violent crimes being committed and children there, a little 14-year-old girl that was raped there, and individuals that had to jump out of the windows because there was a Tren de Aragua confirmed gang member that was prostituting young ladies and forcing them into prostitution. And Veronica Escobar defended all those people. Did you know that the streets were full of Malvasarratrucha gang members with their tattoos there and that destroyed our city? And, you
All right.
know,
I'm
they
gonna stop
had to
you.
be
I'm gonna stop
deported.
you.
Okay.
So El
No,
Paso.
you don't stop me. Did you know that? Do
Yeah,
you live here?
I actually know a little more than you. So,
Oh no, you know nothing. I'm a
I'm gonna
former
help.
board member of the
I,
American Civil Liberties Union.
I'm gonna help you out.
One of
I'm gonna help.
10.
I'm gonna help
One
you
of
out.
10.
I'm gonna help you out. You're
I
gonna learn
beat the
something.
city of El Paso on a Federal 83 U.S.C. violation of civil rights pro se form a pauper's oath. What do you
help
know?
You out. I'm gonna help you out.
Oh no, I'm going to help you out.
You gotta
Why
help.
don't you come to El Paso
You gotta
and
listen.
support these
You gotta
gang
listen for a
members
second.
that are being deported?
You gotta listen for a second. Did you know
No,
that?
no, I don't
did
have
you,
to listen to anything. You're not my anything, bro. I don't got to listen to you.
I'm your daddy with the platform. El Paso is one of the top 10 safest cities in the United States. And if you can point to like one or two crimes going on, I'm sure those are tragic incidents. But they're very very uncommon. So for you to allude to the fact that they're all doing this is racist and gross. Hello?
Hello?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Hello?
Yeah, are you a Trump supporter?
I am, yes.
Yeah, what do you like about Trump?
Well, he's a great president. He's deported millions of illegals. He's lowered inflation.
I don't think he did
He's
that.
been great. He actually has, yeah.
Where did we see that?
Where did we see that?
Yeah.
In the average cost of living under Biden versus Trump.
Wait. His inflation numbers are literally just the same, though.
What?
His inflation numbers this year are the same. In fact, we don't really know what because he's not releasing them. Nor is he releasing unemployment or jobs.
He's not releasing them because he blocked the confirmation of the BLS commissioner.
Yeah, he just yeah, it's been like 4 months. Four months? How long?
Nigger, 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 nigger.
Do they not realize that we know they're Trump supporters when they say that? His phone number was blocked. Yeah. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
A little bit. I just had a few questions.
Okay, what's up?
So, like, I'm kind of young, and I don't really know my stuff. And my parents are Trump supporters, but I don't really know, like, who I should pick and why. And I just wanted to know, like, who I should pick.
I'm not going to sit here and just tell you who to pick, but my favorite side is the Democrat Party because we're better at everything, including the economy. Literally every time you just look at history, crack open a book, see how the economy does under Democrats and Republicans. We're always better. We're nicer. We don't say hateful things. We don't punch down on minority groups.
Yeah, no. Hold on. You say nicer things?
Yeah.
You're wild.
Do you have a point to the contrary?
You're actually wild, bro. You say nicer things?
Yeah, like we don't say, immigrants are poisoning the blood of the country, like Hitler said. We don't say that. We don't say that they have bad genetics. We don't say that they're rapists and murderers. We don't do that so that old grandpa and your uncle at Thanksgiving call them horrible racist slurs or rush to the border with their ARs like they did.
Yeah. A lot of people say, like, Trump is a rapist. Is that, like, true, or?
He was adjudicated of sexual assault, or not assault, a sexual abuse. Eugene Carroll, a jury of 7 people, all said that he did it. That's the facts we have. I trust that. I trust that Trump's character is the same even behind closed doors, that he's an asshole even when he's not in front of a microphone. I still think he's an asshole, and he probably did that.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate you talking to me and kind of directing me in certain ways. But yeah, have a good night, man.
You too, Beb. Jury of 9, my bad. That was 7. Not adjudicated. That's an adjudication. Ron, that's not true. I think there were 1,200 sexual abuse cases last year from undocumented migrants. And if there's 13 million or 20 million, like you guys might say, that's incredibly low. I want to live amongst those people. Has never had a job in his life. Dude, Trump's never had a job in his life. He doesn't pay taxes. He inherited $420 million from his daddy, and he went around ripping people off to make money his whole life. There's just a trail of destruction. Ivana was pushed. Oh, shit. Debate someone. We're trying, guys. We're trying. The phone line is open. Oh, shit. The phone line's open now. Now the phone line's open. The guy who dropped the N-word just tried to call back. Trump did the Apprentice show. Yeah. Guys, the phone line is back on. Yellow.
Hey,
Hello.
So if Trump sucks, who would you go for right now?
I'd go for Pete Buttigieg or Gavin Newsom. Who would you go for?
Well, I certainly wouldn't go for Kamala. She was the last option.
Why didn't you like Kamala?
She had nothing to offer.
Can you tell me what she was proposing?
What Kamala was proposing? She had nothing to offer.
Well, like, surely you, like, knew what her ideas were, right?
Yeah, open borders and, let
So
everybody
no, you don't?
wants to come in. I mean, Trump solved the border issue in the matter of weeks, but
So did Biden.
no, he didn't. It was wide open.
Says, dude, I know you've watched a bunch of Trump rallies, but anybody who says the border's wide open is just telling on themselves, never really looked at it. It's just 4 years, 8 years of Trump saying that. I guess it's really hard to deprogram people, but that's not true. A bunch of people came and knocked on our door. Biden actually deported people at a higher rate than Trump.
Biden, that's a bunch of crap.
You want me
You
to show
must
you
watch
the
a lot of
stats?
CNN.
Have you ever looked at this?
I don't watch CNN.
Oh, I'm not asking you. I'm just looking at. I'm asking if you like data. You like data? They don't. They don't like data, chat. They hate data. They like. He's going right back to his safe space on Truth Social, where they tell each other it was 20 million. It's going right back. It's going right back to Discount Tire to talk to his friend Bubba to say, you know what some liberal told me? Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, good evening.
Hello. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. What do you like about Trump?
Everything. Why do you hang up on people that want to debate you because you're a chicken shit and you don't want to hear the facts? I just called you earlier about Tren de Aragua, MS-13 gang members that were bombarding the streets, and you're a chicken shit.
You didn't let me finish the
No,
sentence.
no, you hang up. You're fearful of the facts. That's all it is.
Do
And
you
then
want to let me
you
say
want
what I
to
was going to
speak
say
to
now?
people.
You want to let me
You
say what I
want
was
to
going to say?
speak to people. No, you want to bully people into, oh, let me say, no.
You don't want to let me say anything?
If you live in a border where people are crossing illegally, okay, just like when my wife
Like
and I were walking
They're
downtown, and an MS-13 gang member asked me if yes, we were walking downtown because we live downtown El Paso,
Your city
Texas.
is the
And an
safest city in the United
MS-13
States.
gang member asked me where I could find 12, 13, 11-year-old girls for them to bang in hotel, the Gateway Hotel. And you know what? They were deported. Yeah, they were.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, they were. No,
I want to help
now
you out.
you-
Are you ready for me to speak this time? Or are you still too scared to hear my point?
Oh, you know what? I'm ready to hear you speak. What is
El
your
Paso
point?
is the top 10 most safest city in the United States and has been
My
for
goodness,
years.
you're an idiot. You're an idiot. I am a former board member of the ACLU. I have thousands of records from the ACLU through the Open Records Act that show that our police department is corrupt. Google Agent Shipley, FBI.
It doesn't matter.
Hold on.
No.
Google Agent Shipley, FBI, El Paso, Texas.
And this
He was an agent with the FBI in El Paso, and he was convicted to federal prison because he was buying high-powered weapons that ended up in the across the border and here.
Even with those things in the criminal records, you're still in the safest city, one of the safest cities in the United States.
Google it. Google Dean Kinder. Dean Kinder, the president of the EPMTA.
I'm going to Google a bunch
he was found in contempt. He was found in contempt. If I'm a liar, go ahead, prove me to be a liar.
You're screaming. I'm not saying that's not true. That's not true. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm saying that even with all of those things can you let me
You're
talk?
incorrect. We are a city. No, you don't talk. You speak. You talk to a tree. You talk to a door. You talk to a dog. You speak to a person.
Do you wonder why I kicked you?
No, I don't wonder. I don't
haven't been able to
wonder.
speak.
I
This is
don't
my
wonder because
platform,
you're
right?
afraid. You're afraid to hear the
That's
facts.
you. You don't want me to speak.
No, that's you.
Can I speak
That's
now?
you.
Can I speak now?
One last thing, and yes, I will give you that respect. One last thing. Until you live in a border town, what they describe to be a border town, then you know nothing about safety.
Oh, okay.
You know nothing about what was going on.
I live in Dallas.
You know nothing about how we were bombarded by
I live in Dallas.
illegal
Where do you think people
immigrants.
come after they hit the border? Do they come to Dallas?
To Las Dallas. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've lived in Dallas my whole life. Everything's fine.
Okay. Oh, well, you know what? It's a different situation. How far are you from the Mexican border in Dallas, Texas?
A couple 100 miles.
Okay. We are literally less than 5 minutes away from the border.
So
That's
did you
the
know that for
difference.
every person like you that's seen all of these scary things, there's even more people who haven't seen anything scary. And we all report this, no matter how corrupt FBI or the police are. When you report a crime, it's there, it's reported. They can't, whether they pursue the crime and pursue and find these people has no effect on the crime reported. So even with all the crimes reported, you guys are still the safest city in the United States. And you've learned how to be upset.
According to who?
According to the crime statistics.
Statistics. I have, okay, let me put it to you this way. Okay. Carl Starr, okay, part of the ACLU. We took out records from the EPPD. So what? Just because supposedly somebody says that we're the safest city, you think we're the safest city?
No,
Let me tell you one thing. How safe are
what
you?
y'all say.
Okay, hold on. They beat a young lady. Okay,
This happens all the time.
15-year-old young lady. Okay, yeah, they bashed her face in.
How many times does that go into a police report? How many times is that reported?
All the time. It was in the news.
It's one crime. It's one crime. If you want to sit here and do a political agenda with one crime, you can go for it.
They killed the guy on the freeway. Okay.
How many murders are there a year? How many murders are there a year in the United States?
In the United States, you tell me. I'm sure you don't have the facts.
17,000. You're sitting here crying about one. The motherfuckers
Crying?
get shot.
Believe
19
me,
kids died in
outside.
one day because y'all motherfuckers want to hold on to your guns and pray to them.
I'm born and raised in Segundo Barrio. I don't cry when it comes to certain things.
You are right now.
Unfortunately, you're the one that seems to be crying. You know, getting your little online panhandling going on. You know, do you report your taxes with your online panhandling?
Yeah.
Well, you have to, but do you? There's a difference between I have to and do you.
If I didn't, that would make me smart, right? According to Trump.
No, that would not make you smart.
I pay more taxes than Trump. If you want to scrutinize who pays taxes, go look at Trump. We got those records. He paid $0 multiple years, where I paid more than that for sure.
Oh well, that's what
pay
you
your
pay.
taxes. Do you really care if people pay their taxes? You don't.
When you own a home, you automatically pay your taxes. And when you file your IRS,
when you rent, you pay the same taxes, bud.
Okay. Well, my name is not Bud Beavis. No, well, your name today is Beavis. Well, not Beavis. I would be giving you too much credit. Your name is Butthead. Let me tell you one thing, and I appreciate you taking my call, and I mean that. I'm not trying to give you a warm fuzzy, okay? But until you know what we have lived through in a border city, you just stated earlier that you live hundreds of miles away from the Mexican border. Until you have lived less than 5 minutes away from the Mexican border and you have witnessed crime, you have witnessed.
You're just jaded.
Excuse me?
There's tons of crime that happens around you that have nothing to do with undocumented. In fact, more of it, way more happens. Like there was, excuse me. I grew up in a neighborhood in McKinney, Texas. Excuse me.
Excuses are like assholes. Everybody has one. MS-13 is not from
It's my turn to talk. MS-13's from LA. MS-13's from LA. I got news for you. They're from LA.
Do you know how to speak or do you know how to spoke?
Dude, you don't let me. I have not been able to speak on my own platform since you've been
Okay,
up here.
speak. Okay, speak. Okay,
Okay.
speak.
Yeah,
But
there
don't
are
say when I
plenty. There are
speak, because
17,000
you
murders
can
that
talk.
happen every
Anybody can
year.
talk.
It's my turn now.
Okay.
17,000 murders that happen every year, and just because your
Okay.
favorite ones involved undocumented migrants doesn't mean the rest of us all have to feel this way. There are plenty of people that die from guns. You guys don't give a flying fuck on your side when they die to guns in a school. You don't give a flying fuck. You only care about these stories that are tragic that you can play on the news over and over and over again to push your anti-immigration agenda, and it's fucking gross. It would do literally nothing to the crime statistics of this country if all undocumented migrants were deported. It would literally do nothing. Our crime would drop 29 murders a year. It's fucking nothing, dude. You're silly. You sound like a fucking idiot.
Listen, I'm not anti-immigration.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
anti-people coming in here illegally. That's what
No, you're
I'm
crying
anti.
about the murders, and you're saying this is a
No,
part
no,
of
no,
it,
no, no.
and it's not.
No. You're assuming ASSU me. Don't make an ass out of
I
you.
am
Don't make
literally
an
just
ass out of
taking what
me.
you said. I'm not assuming
If
anything.
someone comes here legally, okay,
Okay, and do they
and they
commit
go
less
through the
crime when they
whole
come legally?
process,
Do they commit less
hold on.
crime?
If they go through the whole process the way they should, if they're looked into, if they take their
I wouldn't do
citizenship
anything.
test, if
Wouldn't do anything to
if
crime.
they
Would do nothing. Would do zero things
let
to
me tell
crime.
you one thing.
Zero.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one
Zero.
thing. My wife and I have a very good friend. She's been here for quite a while. I've known her for over 20 years. She just obtained her citizenship, but she did it the right way.
Must be nice.
She didn't.
Must be nice to
She
have
didn't.
tens of
She didn't
thousands of
swim over the
dollars.
border. She didn't. Excuse me.
Nice. Must be nice to have $10,000 and years to wait. Must be nice.
10,000?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. Actually, no. Actually, she's a caregiver and she has brain cancer right now, so she doesn't have
So now we're
$10,000.
dumping money into
Okay.
her.
She
Now
no,
she's a
she
net
doesn't have
burden.
10,000. She does. Oh, believe me, she doesn't get Medicaid or Medicare. She works 7 days a week, and she
So you
refuses to
know
get
that
any
all
type
of your
of benefit.
legislators are lying when they say that they do?
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, who doesn't lie?
Oh,
Every
everybody lying is
politician,
cool. Got it.
and
Got it.
I'm speaking of everybody
What's
does.
the big worst lie that
Did,
Biden
did,
said?
did Clinton get sucked off at the White House by Lewinsky? Yes or no?
Yeah, I can live with
Nobody
that
made
lie.
a big
I
deal.
can live with that. I can live with that. The outcomes of those
Okay,
lies are okay. I
and
can
he's a Democrat,
I'm
right?
still talking. I'm still
And he
talking.
got sucked
I
off.
can I can live. Excuse me. I'm still talking. I can live with
Okay.
Bill
No,
Clinton.
you're
I can live with Bill Clinton cheating on his wife. Donald Trump cheating on his wife. All of them. But I can live with that because that doesn't really have like huge repercussions in the economy or like whether or not we know what we're voting for. But when Trump says that tariffs are paid by foreign countries or that they're eating the cats and the dogs, that there's 20 million people invading the border, those are big lies that scare Americans, that cause violence, that cause horrible things to
Okay,
happen.
I agree with you. I agree with you with certain things. I'm not gonna be the jerk that you're just going all against me and not agree with anything that I'm telling you or that I'm
So what's
voicing
the
my
lie?
concerns
What's
about
the
you.
big lie that
Okay,
Joe Biden said?
no, excuse me. Well, if you would let me finish, okay? I understand every politician, no matter which president that we have,
No.
every politician, we're going to agree with some of what they do, and we're going to disagree with some of the
The thing
things
is,
that they do as well.
Trump's so bad that 100% of everybody I talk to, I ask them if they like Trump. They're so ashamed to say that they fully back Trump. They're so ashamed. There's a few every here and there. They're so ashamed to say. I can easily say, listen, I support 100% of what Kamala and Joe Biden and Obama and Clinton stood for. Just about 100%. I don't have to hide my political stance and affiliation. You have MAGA men constantly lying about their political affiliation on like dating apps because they're so fucking ashamed of it because he's such a horrible person. It is not the same. When Trump's lie, like his lies are like on a Richter
How
scale,
perfect
they're
are
like a
you?
12. Trump's
How
lies are like
perfect
a
are you?
12. Trump's lies are a
How
12.
perfect are you?
Okay,
Are you
according to me and Trump,
are you the son of God? Are you Jesus Christ? No
this is
one's perfect.
no. This is what y'all do. This is why you're never going to shake the occult allegations because you can't criticize your own leader. But your guy is like a 13 out of 10,
He's
and
not my
our liars
leader.
are like a 1 or a 2 out of 10. Like Biden lying about meeting Nelson Mandela, I can live with that lie. But Trump lying about like demonizing an entire like population of people that he's supposed to like oversee, that's disgusting. That's unforgivable. You can't just say they're the same. I know that he's your like flavor of politics, so you have to, and you obviously all grow mad and resentful that you have to defend this every day, and that's
No,
what makes y'all
no,
gross people because you become
you're
callous.
you're incorrect. I'm Hispanic.
I
I,
know.
I get I get all the time. I am profiled. I believe me.
Dang.
If I go to
You
a
think Trump is
store,
helping
if
that?
my wife goes to a store, well, you know what? If he helps it or not, that at the end of the day, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Doesn't matter,
You know,
dude.
I'm
You're
born
gonna get scooped up by ICE, man, and you're gonna be like, damn it. You're gonna get scooped up by
no,
ICE just like
no,
all these other American citizens have. You're gonna get
my
scooped up. You're gonna be
constitutional
profiled by
right.
your neighbors. I bet there's a MAGA supporter that has looked at you this week and said, "Fuck that undocumented migrant." I bet you that's happened.
No, it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened because at the end of the day, believe it or not, here in El Paso, Texas, immigration and ICE are a lot different than in other states. Do I agree with you as far as other states out of here, out of Texas, especially El Paso? Here, they're very respectful and they're putting down Fort Bliss. They're putting down this and that, and oh,
Yeah.
Veronica Escobar, the congresswoman. Oh, they're going
You
hungry.
should.
They're not being allowed to. They're giving lousy meals. They're being given,
You used to work for the
not much
ACLU, and
medical
you're
care.
joking
Well, you
about
know what?
this,
That's been going on at the El Paso County Jail and at the annex and the penitentiaries for years. Why don't they stand up for that? At
dog.
the end
It's
of the
we can
day, I
walk and chew
agree
gum.
with a lot of what you're saying.
This is
Not
not something we
everything,
can only
a lot.
do
But
one
at
or
the
the
end of
other.
the day, what we have to do as a people is say, you know what? There's nothing we can do other than focus on the fact that we all need to relax and
I think
step back.
I think that
Would you agree with me on that?
I think that you should go tell that to the ACLU. That's fucking disgusting. No, no.
That's what I
I think
thought.
I'm sure Hitler wanted everybody who was criticizing what he was doing with Jewish people to just shut up and go away. But nah, I'm good. I can't. He really said he used to be on the board of the ACLU, and then his last line was that. Hello,
Pickles.
hello.
Pickles. The Democrats really bungled the pandemic.
How so?
You, you can admit that, right?
How did we do that?
Well, are you familiar with the gain of function research?
Yeah. Are you?
I am.
What do we do with gain of function?
They played loosey goosey. They said that
What do we
Obama
actually do with gain of function?
gain of function can be good or bad. They use it for good when they're making penicillin and stuff
Okay,
like
and
that.
so you're just assuming that in gain of function in this instance was definitely bad, and it was definitely gain of function research, and not like something we still don't know anything about because China has closed off all investigations of this.
We had people in the State Department at the embassy in China. We had an embassy there before
Okay,
COVID broke.
what does this all mean? Do you think
They
that?
were warning, the
Do
State
you think that?
Department was warning the Obama administration about the gain of function.
And then Trump's best idea was to
Hold on.
dissolve
You're
the
jumping ahead.
dissolve the
You're
pandemic
jumping ahead.
response team.
You're jumping ahead. Let's stick with Obama. Obama had a good idea when he banned gain of function research,
Okay,
right?
okay.
There were people in labs, scientists in the United States who heard what was going on in Wuhan and tried to sound the alarms. By the way, are you familiar with whistleblowers? They're good when it's a Democrat whistleblower trying to blow the whistle on a Republican, but when it's someone who's not a Democrat or a Republican, and they're just a scientist blowing the whistle of alarm, if it's all political.
It
Anthony
mostly is
Fauci was.
political. The right is mostly anti-intellectual, anti-science. You probably have nothing to offer me in terms of like actual science like with the
Well, I've
flu.
read a lot about
Hold
it.
on.
Have you read much about it?
Yeah, you probably have nothing. So when this is all said and done, right? You're setting the stage for us to be this victim of this pandemic that was maybe like manufactured.
Well, it wasn't
My
planned.
contention would be, hold on, my contention would be, how would you best respond to this next time? Would your best response to a weaponized virus be to
I didn't say it was
turn
weaponized.
hold on, would it be to turn tuck tail and to not believe any science that people offered you to save your life?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm
Okay,
saying is
what are you alluding to?
Obama warned, he said no more gain of function, and then Ecolab and Anthony Fauci, they said, no, this isn't gain of function. Look at the definition. It doesn't
Okay,
meet the criteria.
I don't care.
The spirit of what they were doing was definitely gain of function, because that's why all the
What do you-
other scientists were saying, what the hell are you guys doing over there? And
What are you
then
alluding
it
to?
escaped from the lab.
What do you let it escape from the lab? Okay, so again, so you think this
No,
was
I
like,
didn't say we let it. I said it did escape from the lab. We
okay,
didn't let
again,
it.
this is still
We didn't
this
have
is
any
still a
control over
conspiracy.
it.
We don't have any actual confirmed data on this. No, it's conspiracy. Even though I don't even care to like, I don't even care to argue this, like how it happened, what happened. I think it's not even worth mentioning. What I want to know how to do is survive the next time it happens. I want to know if I made the right decision in taking a vaccine and masking up. Did I do that? Did I do that? And I don't think any conservative cares about that narrative anymore. They want to know.
Well, no,
They
they
don't care.
changed the science changed every week. The first they said wear a mask. Then I remember
That's not
Anthony
true.
Fauci said.
That's not
Anthony
true either.
Fauci told everyone, if you're going to wear a mask, you got to wear
Did you
the
ever just look up the
N95.
science?
What?
Did you ever just look up the science?
I did a lot of reading and a lot of science reading.
Are masks
on the
good or
whole thing.
bad?
I think it's like trying to stop a mosquito with a chain link fence. That's what one virologist who had been studying viruses for 40 years said.
Okay,
So
well
do you know more than that guy?
Yes.
Because really, Pickles, what it boils down to is you're not a scientist, you're not a doctor, but neither am I.
Exactly.
But
So I
so
just
what,
I trust
what it
scientists.
depends on is who we turn to
Yeah.
to learn things.
Exactly.
And
there's
what you
fringe
should do is
conspiracy
turn to the
theorists.
people who follow the scientific method instead of the political method.
Exactly. So there's going to be scientists on all ends of the spectrum, right? You're going to have a huge body of science that all believe that masks are good, and then you're going to find these weird conspiracy theorists that sell tons of books for having a different
Because
opinion.
they changed their position on masks. They first
Nobody
said
did.
wear them, then they said they didn't work.
No, that's
Don't
not
you
true
remember
either.
that?
That is dangerous misinformation. What he did
No,
say.
I remember Fauci. I
you
saw
don't.
Fauci.
No, you
Fauci
don't.
totally
So-
contradicted himself.
I've argued this for about a year now, and I'll tell you exactly what you're going to find if you try to prove this wrong. You're going to find a clip of Dr. Fauci saying, until we get all of our medical facilities and our hospitals masks, don't go up and buy all the masks. That's what he said.
I remember that.
That's all he said.
I remember that.
He didn't say masks are bad, never alluded to that, never
Oh.
said don't do it, but he did say that. And the whole time, masks are good. Masks have always been good. And I'll ask you this: do you?
Yeah, is it good to wear a diaper on your face all day?
Yeah, I mean, ICE does it.
Is that
right?
how good it is?
Yeah, ICE does it.
Because
This
that's what it is.
That's
You're wearing a
dangerous-
diaper on your face.
That's dangerous caricaturizing of health, public safety, and that's also
No,
gross.
because listen,
It's toxic.
it turns out, and all you have to do is have eyeballs and just witness what happened. I remember going to the grocery store during the pandemic, just like you
That's
do.
not science.
What?
Going to the
What's
grocery
not
store is
science?
not
You don't even
science.
know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, you're giving me an anecdote. I already know that's not good.
Well, what about 230 million anecdotes? Then does it matter?
How about
then it's a
1.2
statistic,
million
right?
anecdotes? How about 1.2 million dead people? How about 15% increase in people dying if they were Republican?
Okay. Well, maybe we just remember things different. Maybe let me tell you how I remember it, and you can tell me where I'm wrong here. Okay. And right before 2020 hit, all of a sudden we hear about this pandemic. I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to get you in trouble with your channel. But we hear about this pandemic, all right? And I'd say within a month or two, all the experts are saying, Well, it appears that young people aren't at particular risk. As a matter of fact, they're at a much lower risk. And it appears that older people are at the greatest risk.
So
Okay?
you're replaying.
Hold on, let me finish.
No.
Let me
I'm not gonna
finish.
let you
Let me finish. Let me finish.
You're mischaracterizing these things, and you're also just you're just
Well,
also
tell me
like
how
remembering
how
a
I'm wrong
narrative.
about that.
You're replaying a narrative or something. I'm just saying
It's not a
we can
narrative.
cut
I
through
told
all
you.
the
I
noise.
qualified this and said this is how I remember it.
Cut through all the noise.
And if you're going to let me
you just
finish,
look at
then
the
you
data.
can correct me.
This is
Why don't you
this
let
is
me
what-
finish and then you can correct me?
I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not going to finish. I am going to go ahead and say that you have no evidence or data, just a story of how this came to you. You have no data like supporting how vaccines are bad or masking's bad.
I haven't said any of those things except for the masks aren't really effective. But I've never said don't wear a mask. If it makes you feel
All right,
better to wear a mask, wear
before
a
you
damn
give
mask.
me some anecdote about how going to the store changed your vision or view of masks, why don't you just go ahead and pull
what
up
I
like
was
a
talking about
study.
is in 2020 when the pandemic hit and all the scientists were saying it appears that young children aren't at a particular risk and the older people are definitely at a greater risk.
What about
And so what did the Democrats decide to do? They decided to shut down all the schools. You know, I remember a year and a half into the pandemic in the state of California where there's over 40 million people, a year into the pandemic, not one child had died from the pandemic.
That's not true.
A year into it.
That's not true.
Okay?
That's a lie.
So,
Hold on.
so we people on the right who actually do listen to science, we're saying, wait a minute, the
No, you
scientists said that kids aren't at particular risk. Time has proven that to be true. Oh, so you guys want to just close down all the schools and put all this emotional damage on these children and stunt their learning because why? Because you guys were following science? No, you weren't.
Yes, we were.
And time has proven that.
You just giving me like a lunch table argument about why.
Well, I was
you don't-
alive when
Hold on.
I saw it.
I
so.
was too. And this is our first pandemic as a society, like in our lifetimes, unless you were alive for the fucking Spanish flu. But even then, they masked up, and every country on Earth all decides that masking's good.
Who made those recommendations? Was that the WHO? Was that the World Health Organization?
Sure.
Okay. Did you know? And we've had other pandemics, like you mentioned, the one from 1918. There's been others. I don't know how long the WHO has been around, but they have never, in the history of pandemics, ever pushed for lockdowns.
Yeah,
during
this
any
is a
pandemic.
novel pandemic. It was super spreadable. So even if your kids couldn't die,
Yeah,
they brought
after
it home
they
for-
tinkered in the lab with it, they made it real spreadable.
Yeah,
They're
sure.
gain of function
You can
research.
cry
That's what I
about
was
how-
calling about to
You
begin
can cry
with.
about how it was made for
It
a
was
reason.
Democrats who said it was Democratic hubris. It was these guys in a lab coat that you are so fond of that you think are so,
So the
smart.
whole world
they
is
look like
Democrats
hobbits
now?
in a lab coat. Okay.
Can you name one country
and you
who's
guys
not-
were so impressed with them that you're like, oh, okay, we'll just go along with
ahead.
anything
Hey,
that they say.
Name a country that decided against masking. Go ahead.
I'm sure it was a craze. It was a worldwide craze.
So they're not all
Everyone
Democrats?
was wearing masks. Tell me when the World Health Organization recommended that we have a shutdown.
Tell me about one country
When did that
who
happen?
did it the way you
Nichols?
wanted to do. Tell me about one country that did it the way you wanted it to go.
As far as I can tell, the whole world behaved pretty much the same way. Now, statistics will show
So it
different
wasn't-
outcomes.
So for the first time in world history, all of the countries came together and agreed on something?
No, it was all panic. It was just a group think.
Do you ever cover your mouth when you sneeze?
Of course.
Why do you do that?
So it's not nasty. So you're
How
not
is-
spreading
how is it
germs, so
nasty?
you don't gross out other people. I mean,
Why would they be grossed out?
because germs are floating around in the air and you could get sick.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know. Like, when you wear a mask, do you think that does the same thing?
I suppose so, except for the germs actually go through the mask and they
That's
still
not
float
true.
through the air.
Okay. I'm gonna
According to
help you
Anthony
out with the
Fauci.
science. Have you heard of a nanometer?
Of course.
Okay. Did
That's
you know
the
that
typical
viruses?
size of a liberal's brain is a nanometer.
Got it. And how big was the virus?
You sure it wasn't measured in microns?
How big were the micron? How many microns was the virus?
Apparently, they were small enough to go through the mask, according to one Anthony Fauci. Okay.
Okay, that's not
I'm
true.
just
He
telling you
didn't
what
say
I
that.
remember him telling us.
Oh, well,
One week
then
he
you're
told us
allowed to be
wear a mask.
mistaken because
The
you're just
next
doing this
week
by
he
memory.
told us don't. Then he said if you're not wearing an N95, then it's not really
There
doing
you
any
go.
good.
N95 is what I'm looking for. So N95
Uh-huh.
was the one that had holes. The perforations were smaller than that of a a droplet with the virus in it. So the virus sped through water droplets when you sneeze or cough, and when you sneeze, you on average sneeze about like 14 feet. And when you cover your mouth or you put a shitty mask on, even if it's not N95, it goes about 6 feet. It's just science. And
Studies have shown that the
that's pretty
people who were
crazy.
wearing the mask, the vast majority of the people who wore the mask weren't wearing it correctly. You end up picking at your nose, you grab something, you touch this. They
But
didn't know at
something's
the
better than
time.
nothing, right?
They
It's like
didn't
covering
know
your
at the
nose.
time if it could even be picked up from a surface. They thought it maybe was just strictly an aerosol.
Okay, but the
They didn't know.
science. I know you're like mad about how this happened to you, but
Mad.
I flipped
I'm just saying
all
you
the way to the back
Democrats
of the book.
totally the
Flip all the way
Democratic
to the back of the book
hubris is
and
what brought us
look
this
at the
stupid
cheats.
thing.
Look at the answers in the back of the book. Go ahead, and you can just see that masks are good, the science is good, the vaccine was good, it saved lives, and then y'all
Was
who had
closing
a
down
hell of a
schools?
go at it,
Was
y'all
closing
died
down the schools
15%
good?
higher rates.
Pickles. Was closing down all the schools good?
Yes, yes,
It was?
yes.
Okay, you think the science is what dictated
Yes,
that? That was good
yes.
science, closing
Yes.
down all the schools.
When a little kid who obviously they're kids that did die to COVID and you lied your fucking ass off, but when
No,
they don't,
I
and
said
they,
a year and a half into which was a 2021. I remember seeing it on CNN. That one guy, there were all sorts of virologists who had been studying this thing for, not
There's
this
nothing
thing,
that
but other
says-
pathogens for 30 years, who said there's no way this was not created in a lab. They said
I
it
get
skipped
that.
too many steps. It was definitely gain of function, and that's what I called you about. Don't you think that the Democrats share much of the onus for
what
this
are
pandemic
what are we
that hit
looking
the whole
for?
world?
What's the big plan behind killing everybody? What are we getting out of this?
Okay, see, I said it was an accident. It escaped. I'm not talking about some biological weapon. That's you.
Okay,
That's
then
you saying
I
that.
have nothing else to talk to you about. Like if it escaped,
They were
we have to
loosey-goosey in
know
the
how
lab.
to deal. We have to know how to
Obama
deal.
said no more funding this
Okay.
because it's too dangerous.
No matter how
and they
it
did
came,
it anyway.
No matter
they
how,
did it anyway.
No matter how this virus
They
came
did
to
it
be,
anyway.
I get it.
Obama
No matter
said
how
don't
this
do
vi-
it. They did it
no
anyway.
matter how the virus came to be, I want to know how to live through the next pandemic. So
Oh,
who are we
okay,
gonna
so now
choose
you're going
next
to change
time?
the subject all of a sudden. Okay.
You want to get political points in the middle of a conversation on who knows science more, the right or the left. Y'all died. Y'all didn't believe in science. Y'all didn't believe in masks. All you have is Anthony Fauci and a bunch of other bullshit to spout. No science.
You
no
guys don't
studies,
talk
nothing.
science. This is. I used to be a liberal Democrat, kind of like you, but it got too religious because I don't like religion. I'm a right winger,
You're
but
on
I'm
the
not a
side of
religious
who's
right
tying
winger.
religion
You guys are
into the
so
government.
religious with everything that you believe, like global warming, for instance. Could you tell me, without looking it up, just off the top of your head, what percentage of the environment, the atmosphere, is CO2?
I don't know. What
Well,
difference
just
does that
take
make?
a guess. Take a wild guess.
90.
90% of our atmosphere is CO2?
I don't know.
Okay, would you say it's 5 or 10%, 20? I mean,
Sure. I
90%.
don't know why this is important for me to know. Just like
well, because you guys spout that you believe in basic science, but you don't know anything about anything.
Okay,
It's
this
It's
is
not even
trivia.
half of 1% of
Hey,
the atmosphere.
I can do this too. I
has
can do this
CO2
too.
in it.
Do you know what? Do you know what the components are in a computer?
Yes, I've built plenty of them.
Okay. How much cache is in like a random 8-core processor?
I'm going to say a minimum of 8, maybe 16 gigs.
Okay. But the average MAGA wouldn't know that, and I wouldn't be able to use that as points, whether or not they know about science.
Well,
it's called
the
trivia.
problem is you guys
Doesn't really
don't
do
ever
anything.
want to have a scientific debate. You say, "Oh, you don't believe in science," and then you
You
stop
don't.
it right there.
You're asking me random trivia things about science when 90-something% of all climate scientists believe that man-made climate change is real, and your side, like Trump, literally said, "I think the
Is
I
it
think the Earth is
90 or
gonna get cool."
97%?
Does it matter if it's 90 or 97? The point still
Well, my
stands. It's the
question to you,
majority.
let's say it's 97%. Aren't you a little bit curious about the 3%? Because at one point, 3% of the scientists thought that the the Earth wasn't the center of the universe. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
There's
before
been
we had all sorts of science. We have
well,
we have the
no,
gold
the
standard of
problem
science
is
today, and we have to keep building on that. And you have to punch holes through it by looking at like ways in the past how we were flawed.
sure, I totally agree with that. But let me ask you this: have you ever spent even 5 minutes on hearing the other side? Not from a guy like me who's going to call you up and you think I don't know anything. That's fine. But
I've had actual
John,
climate scientists come up here and defend the position of climate science to people who are apologists to the Republican Party. None of them have any room to stand. In fact, if
well,
she's
can
here
you
right
give
now,
me
she
the name
can.
of one skeptic? Because you've got your alarmist, which is like all of the 97%,
Do
and then you have
I can name a
what they call a
skeptic. I can
skeptic.
name a skeptic on how computers don't work the way that you and I both know they do, but that doesn't make it any
Uh-huh.
valid. Doesn't make them valid. Doesn't make that
So you
point
can't name
valid.
a skeptic.
No, you.
No, a science. I'm not a scientist. I'm asking you if you can name a skeptic who's a
Yeah,
scientist.
sure. Ken Ham,
Who's that?
director of the Creationist Museum.
Okay. He's a scientist?
He
All right.
claims
Well,
to be.
here's a name for you, John Clauser. He's a Nobel Peace Prize physicist, okay, who thinks it's a bunch of bullshit. There's Patrick Moore, who started Greenpeace in the 1970s, who finally left because it became, in his words, anti-human instead of pro-nature. Okay. There's William Happer, another physicist, who is so old he actually remembers having discussions with Albert Einstein, and he's also a skeptic. And the thing is, when you hear someone like me talk about the skepticism, I'm not saying we're good stewards of the earth. We're still polluting the hell out of it. But when your car breaks down, you find out what's wrong with it. You don't change the tire if you're out of gas. And the Greenpeace movement has demonized CO2, and CO2 is not the problem. And I think if you spent any time researching it, you'd come to that conclusion too.
I don't think so. Listen, I just got my TikTok live shut down because of misinformation, so I appreciate it. But I will talk to you again some